Chart-hitting Welsh metal band Bullet For My Valentine have released their latest album, Fever, which debuted at number 3 on the Billboard Top 200 chart and number 1 on Billboard's Rock and Alternative chart, making it the band's most successful record to date. Fever is the band's follow-up to 2008's hugely successful album, Scream, Aim, Fire, and for the new album, Bullet For My Valentine decided to use producer Don Gilmore of Linkin Park and Good Charlotte in hopes he could bring out the best in the group. Bullet have seen Fever benefit from the radio success of their first single, Your Betrayal, which has been a crossover hit by charting on both the rock and alternative charts. Although the band has experienced success on past albums, they went into the recording of Fever with one main goal in mind, which was to please themselves and not the music critics, while showing their fans their growth as songwriters and musicians. Artisan News caught up with Matt Tuck and Michael Thomas of Bullet For My Valentine to ask if they accomplished what they set out to do.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've accomplished that. That was the mindset going into it from day one of writing. And that, and that's what we did, and that's going to be the formula from now on, which it should be anyways, you know what I mean? But it's something that a little trap we fell into on the last record, trying to prove people that we were a genuine metal act, which we are, but we're more than that as well, and it's a shame not to show that. So on this album, we wanted to really grow as songwriters and musicians and produce an album from front to back, which is solid,
Bullet For My Valentine also talked about Fever being their heaviest album yet, although Matt admitted it was never their goal to set out to make a heavy metal album.
It depends what people class as heavy. I think it is the heaviest album we've made sonically. It's huge, there's loads of bottom end and it's fat and it's raging, It's not as fast as like Scream, Aim, Fire and stuff, but that's why to me it's heavy, and it wasn't to make the heaviest record of all time for us, and it was more about just let's write songs, and like I said, let's write what we're happy with, and as long as we're happy with them, we don't really care if it succeeds or not, because we've stuck to our guns and we've done what we've done, and it's the most successful record today anyway, so it's like bonus.
Matt Tuck also talked about the recording process being much more comfortable than Scream, Aim, Fire, and why that showed during the songwriting process.
It was more just like back in, I say the old days, that sounds really silly, but when just before we got signed and doing the signing process, the songwriting process was very natural, very organic, very just us in a room back home doing what we do, like Screaming Fire was a different writing process because we did it basically on tour. So this time around we wanted to make sure that we did it properly.
Bullet For My Valentine are currently touring in support of Fever with North American dates extending until May 30th in Detroit. The band will then head over to Europe for festival dates starting June 4th in Germany and extending until July 19th in Sweden.